good, Evening Junkies? Welcome to EminiJunkie.com, your ES Trading Mentor's free trading video for Wednesday, June 23rd, 2010. Today we had a total of 7 executable trade signals for a max potential of 30 ES ticks. This video is for educational purposes only, is intended to highlight our high probability trade setups, give you a feel for the quantity of trades taken each trading day using this approach. A full trading plan and daily live trading room can be accessed via our website at EminiJunkie.com. Okay, pre-market, we actually had a half gap pre-market trade setup that we take, and we actually got a signal to get short. We had our first contract get off, and then unfortunately for us, we got stopped out only to see the trade go on and fill and move down towards its half gap. So ended up taking a 2-tick loss on our gap trade pre-market this morning. Our pre-market gap trade this morning, but you can see that we did move down. We actually did open real close to our previous day's close, actually filled our little 4 p.m. half gap there, went on down through our 4:15 gap, actually pierced the previous day's lows by a couple of ticks, bounced off that level, came back up to our 4 o'clock close, and actually continued downward. And there was no opportunity for us to get on that trade after that first initial attempt. But right before the 10 o'clock news announcement came out, we actually got a signal to get long. Now, we do not take trades when we're within 3 minutes of the news. This one, we had time. The trade fired at with about 5 minutes to go, and we got our first contract off. Took a little bit of heat, bounced up, hit our target right before the news. And what we do, if you're in a trade up before the news, you can actually flatten out. We try to get our trades to reduce risk, but we did hit our target, and then the news came out, and we had an extension to the downside set up. Now, this was a fast move. We did not get filled. We were trying to get filled on this pullback. We actually needed the price action to come up another tick or two in order to give us a fill. So we missed the entry there, and the market just fell off so hard after those housing numbers. We had zero opportunity to get in the trade, and by the time it did pull back, it was not a valid entry for us according to our rule set. So, but as we came through that moving average, we actually did get a signal to get long right here at 10:20. Got our first contract off, and then we did not get the follow through we were looking for. Ended up getting stopped out of that, a 2-tick loss, and on that follow through to the downside, we actually got a signal to get short, and that did produce targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 6 ticks. That was a little micro swing, and then after that swing we came up, we actually got a signal to get long, and that produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the upside for 9 ticks. So that was a lot of action there right at the when we were taking that bottoming process in the news. Now, or after the news. Now, there was an opportunity. Some folks did not get filled on this initial position here on this micro, and so they carried the trade up according to our rule set and took a fill a little later, and that did produce a larger profit target, but I'm going to just leave it with a smaller target for the purpose of this video. But if you missed that entry and you stayed with the trade and took the retracement back to our moving average there right before 10:45 and took the larger swing, you picked up more ticks than 9 on that particular entry there. But right before 11:15, we actually got a signal to the downside, got an opportunity to get short. Again, got our first contract off, no follow through, T1 -2 on that particular trade, and then nothing set up prior to the lunchtime dead zone. Between 11:30 and 1:15, the red area on the chart, we do not initiate any new trades. We just kind of sit on our hands. We wait for lunch to get over. There was a trade that fired in lunchtime again, but we did not take that trade, and it actually did work in this circumstance, but a lot of times that's a little risky. And then we had the 2:15 announcement, the FOMC. Now, our rule sets around this FOMC meeting is we do not trade going into that news announcement. And on the FOMC, instead of just waiting and moving with the trade right after, we wait 15 minutes just because there's a lot going on. Now, I know this is nitpicky. We had a trade set up, and we were in our 14th minute, okay? In the room, because of the way the price action, it wasn't real extremely violent around the FOMC meeting. We made a judgment call in the room, and we actually set up this trade in the room, and there was an opportunity to get in around right around 229, again at the 14-minute mark, as we broke through this moving average, and it was an extension and it went flying higher. It was a great trade. There was a profit target up there on a larger swing, and there were some folks in our room that were able to take advantage of that. I am not counting that trade in tonight's video because again, it was at the 14th minute, and we were off by a minute on that. Coming off of that up move, the profit target was up here around the 94-95 range. We came down through our moving average. We actually got a signal to get short. That produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 14 ticks. So I'm just going to show that down trade. I'm going to forego, even if you did catch that extension off of the, you technically took that trade about a minute early. But like I said, in the room, we made that judgment call based on the price action. So all in all, it was a great day. We had 7 trades for 30 ES ticks. I want to thank you for watching. For more details on this plan, including all the chart setups, or to join our live trading room or video newsletter, please visit EminiJunkie.com or simply click the link at the top of the screen. Thanks, and make it a great day.